Hi everyone, it's Catherine here at Cat V Stitches and welcome to my channel about cross stitch. To all my returning viewers, hello, welcome back, and to any newbies who happen to stumble upon this channel, hi, welcome. As I said, this is a channel about cross stitch. Recently I haven't been able to do that many videos, and unfortunately it might be a little bit of time before I can do my next video, but I thought I would come on today because it is the 30th of September, which means tomorrow is the 1st of October. Sorry, that's my cat. Which means tomorrow is the 1st of October, which means we are about to enter into my favourite month in the entire year. My happy month, October. For any of my returning friends, you will know that I absolutely adore spooky Halloweeny type stitching. So what I thought I would do today, and this, I apologise, this may not, oh, hang on, 1 second. I've just got to give her a bit of attention. Otherwise she's just going to knock the camera left, right and centre. Sorry. This isn't going to be for everybody because I know not everybody likes spooky stitching, or not everybody is into the Halloweeny type patterns or stitching, and for those people, hopefully at the end of October I'll have another cross stitch and I won't be just stitching on spooky patterns, so hopefully I'll be back to stuff you can enjoy as well. But for all of those who do enjoy a bit of spooky stitching, Spooktober as people say, what I thought I would do today is just to run through some of my previous, well, I have a new finish, I have an FFO which happens to fit nicely in with this month with the spooky stitching, and I thought I'd show you some of my previous finishes, sorry, cat is coming back again, some of my previous spooky stitching, and also I thought it was probably time for me to have a look through the patterns I have, and have a look at some of the Halloweeny type patterns I've got, because I honestly can't remember. This is such a bad statement and I apologise for this, but I really can't remember what I have or haven't got. So I thought it would maybe give, for those of you who like this kind of stitching, maybe you'll see a pattern here that you like and you're tempted to buy, but it will also give me a chance to have a look at what I've got, and also probably a reminder not to buy anything else, because I have more than enough stitching to keep me going for quite some time. But I hope you enjoy it anyway. I just thought I'd come on, do this now just before the start of the month, and yeah, and I'm looking forward to it actually, because I've not looked in these pattern folders that I've got next to me here for a while, so it'll be a good reminder for me as well. So without any further delay, what I will do, however, is show you my latest FFO, something that I am incredibly pleased with. I actually only finished the actual stitching a couple of, I think, when was it? It was either the start of the week or somewhere around then. Literally in the last couple of days I finished stitching this, and it's my Cricket Collection pattern. It is the Great Pumpkin Conspiracy, and I have laced it and put it in this board, and it hangs here, and I just absolutely love it, and I think I've done quite a good job with that lacing actually. I've got that nice and straight, so I was very pleased with it. I think this fabric just worked out perfectly. I know I've mentioned this before in previous videos I've done, but this is Kaylee's Tent Stitch from the sewing shop sent me this wonderful fabric, and it just matched this pattern perfectly, especially this golden highlight on the fabric. So yeah, absolutely love that. Bring this up close for you. Oh, cat. This is Sasha, by the way, for any of you who have not seen her before. Whenever she hears me speaking, in whether it be on the phone or on a video, she just has to come and investigate. Oh, let's see, there we go. Come on. There we go. Love it. Now there are a couple of mistakes made on this. I'm not going to point them all out because they're the kind of mistakes that after you've made them you can easily fudge them and you realise that they don't detract from the pattern in any way, shape or form. So I just rolled with it and absolutely love that. I just did a simple finish with it, just stuck it on. So this has been laced on some foam board and it's been stuck onto this foam board here. But I think that goes quite well with it. So let me just hang this up. It is temporarily, there we go, it's temporarily going up there. Okay, so that is my latest FFO, and now I'm going to show you some other FFOs that I've done over the last 2 or so years. And you are going to see a theme that a lot of these are Cricket Collection ones, and I make no apologies for that. They happen to be the designer there, Vicky Hastings, I think it is. She's one of my favourite designers, so I have done an awful lot of Cricket Collection ones and quite a few of their spooky ones. But first off, let's go with the actual October month one. This is one of the first Cricket Collection ones I did, and it really sealed my fate for loving Cricket Collection. There we go. I recently redid the finishing on this, because I wasn't happy with the material I'd used on the backing board when I initially did it. So I've redone it and stuck some pins in it. I think these are puntini little pins across the top there. And I am very happy with that. So that's October. And I've also got, I might as well just show you this because it is a little bit spooky as well, the autumn one, which goes with it. I just love these black cats, and obviously she always does lots of these crows in these kind of ones, but I love that one as well. So there we go. Now, the next one that's right in front of me is a Good Morning Mary one. It's the Monsters. This was just a fun little one I did. This is good like travel stitching that you can do in hand. It's just done on 14 count Ada, just a plain Zweigart grey Ada. I just think that's a fun one. That also just hangs on the wall over there normally. And my two the 2 ones I've just shown you, I suppose I better tell you this, the autumn one and the October one are done on 28 count Zweigart. I think this is raw, and actually I think I use the same one for both of them, but it's just basically 28 count Zweigart raw fabric. And the that one is, I think it's 32 count. Okay, the next ones that are right next to me are my Witchy Stitcher Sal ones. She did a supernatural one and a cryptid one, and I did both of them, and I did them as wall hangings. So there is cryptids. This is the first one she did, and this is done on 28 count Picture This Plus Valor. And luckily enough I got a piece that was big enough that I was able to do the next one, the supernatural one, on that fabric as well, so I got them to match up. There we go. Absolutely love these. And these I just did as quick wall hangings like that. So these actually hang on hooks on my wardrobe and look really cute. So that's them too. Now this next one is a pillow, and this is the first of the drawn threads that I did. It's not the first drawn thread that I finished, but the first one that I started. And I love this, and I have to keep it out of the way of the cats. And this is the first pillow finish I did, which I was quite pleased of. But this is Trick or Treat by the Drawn Thread. This was, I saw this being done by Rachel Ray, and she had done she'd had a conversion done of the threads, because the drawn thread tends to use a lot of dinky dyes and things like that, and she'd had it converted to weeks, I think it was. So she shared that conversion, and I just used that conversion, and I think it worked beautifully. So I really love that, and I'm really, this is the first, no, I think this was the second time I'd done a pillow, but I was still, well, I still am very amateurish with my sewing machine, but I was very, very pleased with how this one turned out. So there we go. Let me put this back up here. There we go. Okay, so the next one. This one has been taken out of its frame because I now use the frame for something else on this, but I will put this back in a frame at some point. This is another cricket collection, and this is one of my first cricket collections. This is I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I cannot remember what it's called. In fact, I will tell you now. Excuse me one moment, because that will annoy me if I don't tell you what that's called. Dum-de-dum. Sorry about this. As always, I am completely unorganised. I kind of end up doing these videos on a whim a lot of the time. I just think to myself, well, it's not that I'm not in the mood for stitching, but no, I guess I'm not really in the mood for stitching tonight. But I thought, you know what, I'd love to go through these patterns. So I'm not the most organised, so I do apologise. Here we go, whips. All the way back to the top. It's called The Master and the Macabre. There we go. And this is done on a 28 count, and I think this is probably just raw again, just a basic Zweigart. But yeah, there we go. I redid the lacing on this one because the first attempt it was one of my first attempting at lacing, and it wasn't the straightest, but it's a lot better now. There you go. Okay, next one is a recent finish, so I apologise if this is one you've seen recently, but I do love this, so I just thought I'd show it off again. It's another cricket collection, surprise, surprise. It's one I finished as a trifold, and this is Sleepy Hollow. So there you go. So it's got cording around the end, and it's backed with this lovely velvety, greeny type material. And this is on 28 count Zweigart on you might not pick that up very well, but this is on 28 count Zweigart that I dyed myself, and was very happy with how that turned out because I think the colours really pop on it. So let me put this up here, won't be a second. There we go. Right, next one. So this is from, I think it's Leela's studio. I apologise if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is her Happy Halloween. This is another 28 count. You can tell it's an early one if it's done on 28 count. And this is again fabric that I dyed myself, and this is an even weave. I think it's a Zweigart again, but I'd wanted it to be a lot deeper purple, but I hadn't really understood the fact that depending on the type of fabric you're dyeing it, the colours come out differently. So I tested this on a linen, a non-even weave one, and it'd come out the perfect purple. So I got my fabric, dyed it using exactly the same technique, and it came out a completely different purple. But you know what, in the end I really loved it. And I started this, Michelle Bendy Stitchy was doing a stitch along, so I stitched along with her on this one and was very happy with the final result. And then I'm going to revert to type now and go back to another cricket collection. This one I was very proud of, I am still very proud of, and this is Skeleton Crew. There we go. So this is another 28 count. This is Picture This plus Valor. There we go. Now these sales or ghosts or whatever you want to call them took forever. There are a lot of stitches in them, and I used I don't know why I decided to do this, and I certainly wouldn't have. I think when I started this, it was towards the beginning of my stitching career, and you know, when you start stitching, you look at a pattern and think, oh, that won't take me long to do, and there's not that many stitches in it. So I actually chose to do those sails in an MPI white that I had left over from another one, thinking that, you know, I wouldn't use that much, and of course, obviously it ate through it. But once I started, I was just like, no, I love what this looks like, so I'm going to carry on, and I love using this silk. So it ended up being a little bit more expensive than I thought it would, but again, I just love the end result of it. So this takes pride of place. I love this. It was a bugger to lace because it's rather large, but I'm getting quite good at lacing now. So I just, nowadays, if I'm lacing, I'll cut the foam board out up here. I'll do my little guidelines on it, and then I'll just go downstairs. I've got my lap tray. I'll pop it on my lap tray, and I'll just stitch it up while watching the telly. And it's something like that now will take me about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour to do. I'm no longer agonising over getting it perfectly straight, just so long as it's good enough. But I think I am getting quite good at it now. Not quite an expert, but you know, I can do it well enough that I'm happy. Oh, sorry, it's the cat again. Okay, my next finishes are, I am just going to grab, so give me 1 second because I forgot to grab them. Okay, so, oh, there's the other cat, and there's the Hoover. So I'm sure everybody who's a returning viewer will probably can guess. Oh, a bit dusty on the top there. Oopsie. Probably guess what these are. These are my Prairie Moon Crypt Club patterns. So this is the first one. This is the last tango. Now, all of these are on 28 count, haunted by Picture This Plus. It's the recommended fabric, and it's more or less the call for threads as well. What I did is, on my first one, which I think was Merry Xmas, which I've not pulled down because I couldn't be bothered, it's too high for me to grab, but and that's more of a Christmas one than a spooky one, but I got the silks for that, and I've just kind of carried on using them and bought new, you know, replacement ones every now and then. So I don't necessarily use the call for colours, but close enough. So there's that one. So this is Last Tango. Then we've got Dust and Stitch Night. I love this. I love the little witch there as well, because there's that one. The next one I did was Two Martinis. Now this is the one that, although this wasn't necessarily the first one I stitched, it was seeing somebody else stitch this that got me into these patterns, and this was Erin, Two Martini Stitcher. She had this one, which was quite apt, given her channel name, and it was from that I kind of got into these patterns and kind of looked at them and just fell in love with these Crypt Club ones. So I now have them all, thanks to Alison for getting me the last one. But yeah, so that's the Two Martini, and then there's the zombie one, which I think is just so funny. So there's that. Right, so they are all my finishes, my spooky finishes. Now for my whips. Let me just move this out of the way a bit. So first one is Lindy Stitches. I'll have to get that on here. Right. Now, I think I decided to be all organised and put these in an actual folder on my drive, apart from this one, because I thought I had the pattern in the bag, but I don't. So let me just get this. Can I rotate this? Nope, that's highly annoying. I don't know if you're going to be able to. Right, sorry, it kind of does this. Can you kind of see it there? I'm sorry, but if I do it anymore, it's going to flip it round again. There we go. It's that one anyway, and it's bury with my needle, some linen. Bury me with my needle, some linen in my hand, for I would not be idle when I reach the promised land. I do like that one. And I have chosen a picture this plus, I think this is Eek, 32 count, and I just have a small start on that one, and I'm using the call for threads. So that is that one. Is it Eek? Oh, I've got the sticker here. It is Eek. Ah, well remembered me. There's that one. I'll move that out of the way. Okay. Oh, no, this isn't a spooky one, but this is, I thought I might as well just show you the other thing I've been stitching on the last couple of weeks, since, as well as that one. It's my Stitch Along with Alison. The Whippet Stitcher. It is Carolyn Manning Garnet, and this is what I have done so far. It's one of her shooting star ones. So I've got that. Nope, that way round. That is what I have done so far on there. Just pop that away. These are lovely colours for this one. Okay, so next one is a Prairie Moon one that's on the go. This isn't actually one of the Crypt Club ones. This is, have I got it here? Nope, I'll have to show you this one as well on my iPad. Why did I just shut it down? Sometimes I tell you, for somebody who uses like computers and pads and everything all day long at work, I'm very ham-fisted with them. Okay, where are they? Oh, dearie, dearie me. Give me 1 second. So for some reason on my iPad it doesn't put the folders in alphabetical order, and it's a right pain when I'm trying to find them. Here we go. It's The House That Jax Built 2. Now this is one that I may decide to concentrate on to get done. There we go. That's that one. And I have actually, I've done that on it so far. So I've done that big house in the centre, so I think really I could really concentrate. If I really concentrate, I could get this one done in, I'm not going to say by the end of the month, by the end of October, but I could get quite a bit of it done. I'm trying to decide which one to concentrate on, because I've just been in the mood to finish. So I've got a lot of large projects and I've not really been touching them, because I've been kind of like working on ones that I can realistically do within a reasonable time frame. But I need to start working on some of my larger ones, or they'll never progress. Anyway, sorry, that was a little bit deep. That's so that's one of my whips, the Prairie Moon one. And actually I've got another Prairie Moon one here that isn't, I might as well show you these now actually while I've got this open. These are some of the other Prairie Moon patterns that I've got to do. So this is one. Dorothy is my daughter. That's one. Then I've got Bite Night, and I have Three Amigos. These are all PDFs, these are just printed off. And I've got the Crypt Club. And the other ones I've got are one other, which is The Cats. And that is basically it then. That is all of the Crypt Club ones. I keep all the threads I use for them here. So I just use these and try not to buy any others. There's some beautiful colours there as well. Right, put that back there. Okay, so now I was planning on, well, I've done a little bit of stitching on this today. It is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. It's Carriage House sampling. This is one that I'm restarting because my first attempt, this again is one that I started near the beginning of my stitching career, and I chose to do it on a 16 count Ada Rustico, which is absolutely nothing wrong with stitching on Ada. I've got a couple of things on Ada, my Carolyn Mannings for starters, but it just didn't work well with this. I was not happy with it at all, and it was going to be massive. So I decided to restart it on 40 count, and it's taken me ages to figure which one I wanted it to do it on, and I have ultimately decided to do it on 40 count. Picture this plus murky. So this is my start on it. I've done 2 full boxes, and this is 5, which is this one here. And I started working on this today, and I just wasn't in the mood. I think I just wasn't in the mood for complicated stitching, and I know it's not complicated stitching, but it's 40 count stitching. And to be honest, I think what didn't help is that I ended up doing a bit of day drinking today, something that I never do. But I was kind of doing a Zoom with a friend, and I just started having a quick drink, and I think that put me off stitching, strangely enough, because I've not had anything to drink for a very, very long time, and I don't know why I did it today. There was no particular impetus for it. She was just like, why don't you have one? Let's have one together. I think it's because she didn't want to drink by herself, so I was like, go on then, I'll have one with you. But my tolerance for any kind of alcohol has literally gone out the window now, so I had one, and I was like, whoa, okay. So I think what's happened now is I'm just not in the mood for stitching, or I'm not in the mood for stitching on 40 count. Still absolutely love this pattern. It's not a case of that I don't want to stitch this anymore, but I just don't think I was in the mood for stitching on this. So I might put this one away for now. Now my last spooky whip is my other big one, and this is one that I did actually start on 40 count. Sorry, cat in the way. This is my Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain, my Kathy Barrick one. Sasha, come on. Boop. That one, which I love. Funnily enough, started this around the same time as I did Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and I have no idea why I realised that this needed to be done on 40 count, but I didn't do the other one on 40 count. But anyway, that's what I've done on this one, and I love it. I'm happy with my choice of fabric. It's Zweigart vintage mocha, and like I said, it's 40 count. I am primarily using DMC, as this is the same with the Halloween at Hawker and Hollow, because she gives you both, well, they give you both DMC and MPIs. I'm using mainly DMC. We're just actually on Halloween at Hawker and Hollow, I'm using some Etoile as well, and some of like the fire and the sparkly things, and I'm using 1 or 2 MPIs on this, but mainly it's the DMC. And if I'm going to stitch on anything this month, it's probably going to be either this, Halloween at Hawker and Hollow, or House That Jack's Built. I'm not going to do any new starts, I don't think. Okay, don't hold me to that. I'm terrible when it comes to plans. I'll say, I'm not going to do this, and then I end up doing it. But anyway, at the moment, my plan is not to start anything new. Okay, now let's get on to, sorry, just let me move them out of the way, to my kitted projects. So the first one is an Owl Forest embroidery one, and it's Baba Yaga, or however the hell you pronounce it. Yeah, Yaga. It is that one. I got this a while ago. I don't know why I've not started it, because I love the pattern. It's so cute, and like I said, it's fully kitted out. So this is one I may start at some point this year. That's that. I have a Mill Hill kit that I'm actually going to potentially, well no, I am going to restart now. It is, it's this one here. It is Moonstruck. Oops, there we go. Now this is one that's on this stuff, but it turns out that I don't actually like stitching on that, so I think I'm going to restart it on this Ada. There's that one. Then I've got another I've got another Lindy Stitches, and that is Dracula's Confession. Which way round is it? It's that one. I'm doing this version here, and I do have the threads for this. I bought them quite some time ago, but I also have some I can't remember if this is 32 count or 20, it might be 32 count actually, Picture This Plus Murky, or it might be 28 count, I cannot remember. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing that. And I have a, actually this is a whip that I kind of put to one side for now. It's a Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it was in Halloween, it was in a magazine, just cross stitching, it was last year, I think, last year's Halloween, and it is Current Mood, which I just found very funny. And I think, yeah, I started this, I've done the cat, and then for some reason I decided to put it away, but I might get this out again because it is very cute. Look at that cat there. This is on a Chromatic Alchemy. Beautiful, beautiful fabric. If I'm telling the truth, while I remember, this is the kind of colour I'd wanted for my Happy Halloween, my Leela Studio one. And like I said, I tested it out to get a nice deep purple, mottled purple like this, and got it looking beautifully on a piece of fabric. And then when I tried it on the even weave, it was just did not work out. But anyway, I might get this one out again soon because that is really cute. I'd forgotten how cute that was. I can't remember the name of this fabric. It's I can't remember the name of the fabric, but yeah. There's that one. That's just DMC on that, so that's a nice easy one. Then I have this one, which is Raise the Roof. There we go. Witchy Washy. And I have this piece of, this is a 32 count Flagstone by the Kitten Stitcher. she no longer does it, but I've got that ready for when I start this. I have the lovely, I'd forgotten I had these. Huh? I've got the buttons that come with them. Oh, there's some really cute buttons in there. Cats and pumpkins and some bats. Oh, I'm glad I've got them. Okay. Next ones are, I've got a Nora Corbett here. I don't know when I'll start this, but it's this is Minerva. There we go. Then I have a cricket collection that I have not, I'm still trying to decide what fabric to use on this one, but it's Ladies Night. For ages I couldn't get hold of this, and I wanted it and I'd Garon Stitchery had it and I'd bought it, and then just before they were about to send it to me, they stopped sending to the UK. But then I was able, then Create Nostalgia were able to get it for me at the same time that Erin 2 Martini Stitches had very kindly said that she would get it for me from Garon Stitchery and then post it to me. And before she'd been able to do that, like I said, the shop had been able to get it for me, so it was kind of like she kept it and then I think gave it away to somebody. But yeah, I finally managed, all of that to say, I finally managed to get it. It was one of my kind of unicorns, so to speak. But yeah, so I have I've got 2 choices of fabric here to use for it. I'm not quite sure which one I want yet. Aha! Oh, right, okay, so I knew I had the let me tell you a quick story. So I have bought a chatelaine, what will probably be my one and only chatelaine, because God knows when I'm going to have time to stitch it. But I'd wanted a really nice blue kind of mottled fabric to use for it, and for ages I was thinking, you know, I'm sure I'd seen that I had a lovely blue mottled fabric. I could have sworn I had it. I've looked all through my fabric, couldn't find it anywhere, and I've been driving myself insane about what fabric to use for this damn pattern. It's Evening in the Park. It's because I was trying to think of what to use for this, and I've obviously pulled two different fabrics. The first one being, I think it's Blue Spruce by Zweigart. So it was either going to be this or Enigma by Chromatic Alchemy. This is the one I was looking for, and Blue Spruce as well, but mainly this Enigma. Oh, I thought I was going mad. So anyway, yes, one of these two. This, I couldn't use this one because I don't think this is actually big enough for it, but I think I'm going to leave this out for now so I can make a note of it. I'm sorry, that has just blown my mind, because I thought I was going mad. I could have sworn I'd seen a really nice blue mottled fabric that would go well with it. And anywho, yes, so that's another Cricut collection pattern. Then I've got a couple Ori TM here from their Gobble couples. I have Frank and Elvira. I have Sabrina and Harry Gobble Spell. And, well, this one isn't really a spooky one, but I'll show you anyway. It's Bonnie and Clyde. And I think most of these I'm going to do on this Chromatic Alchemy one, on these. Funny story about some of these is that this is so I'm in her monthly fabric club, and this is the one that the dog got hold of and ravaged, and I was able to just cut off 2 pieces that are just big enough for these. But somebody very, very kindly, I don't know who it was, if that person does watch this, again thank you, but somebody very kindly got in contact with the lady who runs Chromatic Alchemy and got her to send me another piece of this, which just made me cry. It was that lovely. But anyway, yeah, so those are my current patterns I've got that are pretty much kitted up. So next, and this piece of fabric, oh, that is funny. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got here, shall we? Right, let's go for this big baby here, which is my Cricket collection patterns. As you can imagine, I have quite a few. These are all my Cricket collection patterns. That is not Halloweeny. This is ones I've already. These are ones that I have just recently finished, so these can go to the back. Sorry, just let me put this away while I'm here. This is one I had planned to start, but I haven't. So I'm sort of, this was beach. But I'm not really in the mood for stitching summary type things at the moment, so just let me put this back, because we're just looking for my spooky stitching. So I'll just get through all of these. Right, so first one, Sit for a Spell. So that's all the potion bottles. There we go. Then we have Trick or Treat. I'm so sorry about the glare. Here we go. Trick or Treat. In fact, let me sod it, I'll do this. I'm sorry about the crinkling, but it's either that or it's just Glare City. So there we go. Trick or Treat. That's a cute little one. Put that back there. That is not a spooky one. That is not a spooky one. Then we've got Witching Time. There we go. Nope. We've got a Wicked Patch. There we go. And then we have Open House. There we go. And we have Three Gables. I think I have the badges for these. I just really like doing houses. I'm a glutton for punishment. Oh, my ring's falling off there. And we've got another house. Now this one is a flat fold on here. They finished it as a flat fold. It's the Haunted Tree House, and I was thinking, now that I have kind of mastered flat fold, I'd see if I can master weird shape flat folds. But there we go, so that's Haunted Tree House. Sorry, I'm just looking to make sure that I've not got about 50 million more in here. Just got a few more. Then I have the eyes have it. There you go. Oh, now this next one, my plan is to use another, it's in here. So this is Bon Appetit. There we go. I have the buttons for that, those two birds. My plan is to use another piece of fabric that Kaylee sent me. This beautiful thing. So this is 34 count. I hope that colour shows up because it's a beautiful colour. So I'm going to use this on it. There's that. Unless it works out better on something else, but I've kind of earmarked it for this. So let me just put this away. The dog is downstairs. Just before I started this video, I took her for a walk and I fed her. So she's done all her business and she's eaten, so I'm hoping she's all right. Okay. Next, and I think this is the last one. Yes, it is. This is Playing with Jacks. There we go. There we are. So let me put that in there and let me just put away these two that I've finished with. What I plan on doing at some point is having a couple of competitions where all of these ones where I have, you know, finished them. I'll do giveaways with them. Okay, so let's close that up. Sorry about this. There we go. Okay, so that's one done. Next is the my drawn thread patterns. Let's find all of these. So this one is Bats in the Belfry. I like that one. It's cute. Okay. Tangled Up in Boo. Here we go. I think this is so cute. The funny thing is about the drawn thread is that I've done a couple drawn threads of their excuse me, and they're absolutely beautiful from their garden series. I think I've done 3 now, and all 3 of them I've given to my mum. I mean, I've got, other than that one there, obviously I've kept that one, but all the others I've given to my mum. So I would actually like to do a drawn thread and keep it myself now. Okay, this is Halloween. Now this, if there was one that I did start, if I got tempted and did start one, it'd be this one. There we go, this is Halloween. I'm just a glutton for punishment, it would appear, for stitching pumpkins and houses, and this just, and big dock off moons, and this kind of covers all 3 things. The Haunting. There you go. When skeletons, I always want to put a G in, I always want to say skeletons for some reason, when skeletons dance. See, another house. Another big moon behind the tree and the words. And then this is another one. I have this one kitted up. I forgot I had this one kitted up actually. Now this I'm going to do as an accompaniment to my trick or treat. I thought I would do this as a pillow. Welcome Halloween. There we go again, pumpkin, moon and the birds, and I've got just put this on this which is the same that that's on, and like I said, finish that as a oopsie. Now I'm basically using the same pretty much the same kind of weeks colours that I used for that, so it matches up nicely. Oh Christ, I'm falling all over the shop here. Okay, so that is my drawn thread ones. So next, before I go into my last big folder, I thought I'd show you the ones I've got on my iPad. I've just got a couple on there. Put that back in there. Okay, let's have fun with technology. So I have actually been a little bit organised, and I've got a folder here called Halloween Patterns. Right, so I've shown you them. So I've got this Lindy's Stitches, Emily's house. Yes, it has got a dock off house and a big moon, but that is a beautiful pattern. Then we have Tonight is Halloween by Kathy Barrack. There we go. We have Little Sassy Witch by Sassy Girl Designs. Lola Crow, this is What the Cat Saw. Undead, Undead, Undead. What else have we got here? I've got Shadel Verladen by Quiltify Designs. I did actually forget to bring this. I've done another of the Verladen ones, but at some point I will be doing this one. Here we go. So I think that's pretty much it on my iPad. So, oh no, here we go. Halloween at, so this is Stacey Nash Primitive, Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. Ugh, another dock off house. Oh my god, I think I printed this one out. I'll show it you in the folder. Okay, so first off my Plum Street ones. I do love Plum Street samplers. So I've got a Ghoultide Welcome. Yes, a house and a moon. I think it's going to become redundant me saying that now. But there's that one. Get in there. I've got Crone on the Hill. Pumpkins and houses. There we go. If it wasn't apparent before, it is pretty much apparent to me now that I do love houses, pumpkins and moons. Ghoul Tidings. Funnily enough, no houses in that one. See that one very well. There you go. okay, I can hear my neighbour in his back garden coughing away, so I'm wondering if he can hear me, because that would be a little bit embarrassing if he can. Have I got any more in here? Ah, yeah, of course I do. I'm now realising that I have quite a problem. Halloween delivery. I am so sorry about the glare. There we go. And that is it for my Plum Street ones. Okay. Oh, they're not all Halloween ones. I think it's a sure bet there's quite a few, but they're not all Halloween ones. Right. Nope, they're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. Nope. There's quite a few that aren't. Nope. Oh, no, here's one. This is Spooky Row by Bent Creek. There we go. Yep. Okay, so now here's some blackbird designs. And these are, so, well, yeah, they are. There is Away We Ride. I'm going to put these back in later, otherwise it's just going to take forever. There is Halloween Eve. Yep, House Pumpkin and Moon. And then there's this is funny. There's Midnight Watch. Oh, I truly have a problem. Okay, so actually there might not be as many as I thought there wasn't. No, nope, that's not a Halloween one. That's not a Halloween one. Wow. There are not that many Halloween ones in here. Nope, I've already shown you that one. Nope. 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 Aha, okay. Nope, that's a Christmas one. Right, so here's the Stacey Nash one that I couldn't show you on my iPad. I can show you now because I printed it off. So this is a Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. There you go. Oh, here's one. Haunted House Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. There you go. No, there's no Dock Off Moon in this one. I'm very disappointed. And you know what? That is it. Look at that. That's just under an hour. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just going to pop you on hold. I'm just going to pause you 1 second. Yeah, the cat was making a noise. You didn't need to hear that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, as you can see, I have quite a problem. Anything with a house, a pumpkin, possibly a cat and a moon, and I want it, so I need to take stock of that. You know, the first step in finding the cure is admitting you have a problem. So my name is Catherine and I have a problem. But I have been really good. I've barely bought any kind of patterns in the last couple of months, and in fact the last yeah, I've maybe one or two have been bought in the last couple of months. My chatelaine, which arrived this month, I bought either the start of the year or the end of last year, so I have been really good. And I am oh, excuse me, the only thing I'm going to really be buying that may be a little bit on the expensive side is some fabric for my chatelaine, but I am trying not to buy anything because as I have more than enough to keep me going for quite some time. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with buying patterns if you can afford to do so, but I think in my case, I think it would do me good to stop buying them. Anyway, this is not a therapy session. This was me just wanting to share with you all of my Halloween patterns. I'm actually quite shocked at how few there were in this folder. I thought that this was going to be a lot worse than it was. But I have some gorgeous patterns here that I need to start stitching. So, yeah. And actually, I've kind of got myself in the mood now to do a bit of stitching. I think I might take that that house that Jack's built downstairs now and put a few stitches in it before I go to bed. Yeah, I think I will do that. Well, I'll tidy up in here first of all because it literally looks like a bomb's hit it. And I don't want cats stepping on any of my stitching. So what I will do is I'm going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe you saw something in there that you liked that you decide to buy. It certainly reminded me that I've got a ton of patterns in here that I've actually done that I need to give away. So I think the next video I do, I'll probably do a giveaway for some of them, especially the Cricket Collection ones, because I've stitched them. I don't need them anymore now. So it's just a bit odd keeping them. I'm not a hoarder, a pattern hoarder for things like that. So yeah, I think I'll start doing giveaways in my next videos now. So maybe something good has come out of this video. But no, I will let you go now. I will either get this up tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on how I am feeling. But I hope you are all safe and well. I know that COVID is kind of rearing its ugly head again. Well, it's not. It's been here all the time, but you know what I mean. It's there's another strain that's kind of hitting everybody. So I hope you're keeping safe and well, and if you've been affected by any of this adverse weather we've been having recently, every time I see it on telly or anything like that, I just feel absolutely awful for those people who've been affected. So if you have been affected, I hope you're safe, and I hope you get to hope everybody is enjoying their stitching. And possibly I will see you at the end of this month. So I'm just going to stop rambling now because I am always crap at ending these things. So stay safe and well and happy stitching. Bye.